Welcome back to the Swinging Blindly podcast. It is great to be back. I'm Blaze Bryant here in upstate New York, and joining me on Colorcast is my trusty co-host of several years, PJ Geary, and in the car is our playoff co-host, CJ Holly from the Sports GPS, our resident Phillies fan. So out of the three of us, call us the three wise men, three jackasses, stooges, whatever you want. He is no doubt the happiest. How can you find the Swinging Blindly podcast? Well, you can find us on social media, facebook.com/Swinging Blindly podcast, on Twitter at Swinging Blindly, and wherever you get your podcasts. And Sports GPS is at the Sports GPS on social media, as well as wherever you get your podcasts. So now that we got the promos out of the way, boys, it's great to be back.
Great to be back. Absolutely.
And GPS, was I correct on your podcast stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. At the Sports GPS, anywhere you want to find your podcast needs. My esteemed co-host, who always goes to church on Wednesdays, so he cannot join us at this magical time. Him and I will discuss all things sports needed, including, but not limited to, Major League Baseball, which is, I'm 100% positive, the train we are about to go screaming down the tracks at right now.
Well, we are a baseball podcast.
It makes sense, right? We swing blindly here on this podcast, and then of course the Sports GPS, as I've said multiple times, will get you right back on the road to greatness, like the Sorting Hat of Harry Potter thought Slytherin would do for Harry.
Oh, that's well played, and I mean, even though I did a Colorcast Sunday special, which unfortunately, due to some technical problems, I was not able to make it a podcast, but it did go out over the Colorcast waves, or wires, I guess is the better way of putting it. But
however you want to state it.
Yeah. So I mean, I just want to get your takes, and obviously, GPS, I'm gonna just kind of tease you and save it for last. So, I mean, PJ, what are your thoughts on the World Series as it stands as we speak right now? Phillies up 2-1.
Well, if I'm being honest with both of you fellas, I haven't paid attention at all to the World Series. But what I have done though is consume the highlights after the fact. And I have to say, the whole saga with McCullers tipping his pitches, and the 5 home runs hit by the Phillies to win 7-0 in their first, to remain undefeated, mind you, at Citizens Bank, which is a wonderful ballpark. Been there before, been treated very well.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, watching these videos of the, it's hard not to root for the Phillies. Let me put it that way. Even though they beat my team, it's hard not to root for them. Again, I'm not really watching anything live, but I'm consuming everything after the fact, and it's been a lot of fun. And hey, 2-1 going into tonight, you have to feel good, right? GPS, you have to feel good about it.
I am feeling good, and I think the tease was perfect, Blaze, and I'll dive into it. Game 1 was a shock, and then
GPS. I'm gonna come back to you because your connection's choppy. I'm fading it down. GPS, you're choppy, really choppy right now. So once it clears up, then we'll get back to you.
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
let's try that now.
And then I should be able to clear. am I better now?
Okay, let's give this a shot.
Okay. So going back, game one, Aaron Nola, not really sharp, wasn't really hitting his spots well, left a couple out of the plate, two very big ones to Kyle Tucker. The shift actually hurt the Phillies with a runner on the move with Martin Maldonado's single up the right-hand side. Literally, Gene Segura was in perfect placement, and Chaz McCormick was on the move, running from first to second, drawing Gene to the second base bag and vacating the spot where Maldonado hits the single. That was all the scoring for the Astros in game one. And the Phillies decided to make it their game and come back with roaring fashion. Alec Boehm and Nick Castellanos both make the big question type deal coming into this series was, is Castellanos and Boehm going to protect Harper and make the Astros pitch to Harper? And they did in game one. Castellanos with the RBI single, and then Boehm right behind it with the RBI double. And it's now making the Astros pitchers think about, they have to pitch to Harper now, which came back and bite him in game three. But in game two, it was Wheeler's velo was down. Fallenberg Valdez, does he have sticky stuff? We don't know. There's a lot of stuff out on the airwaves about that. The man changed his glove twice, changed his cleats once. There's a lot of things going on with Valdez, and it's kind of crazy to think about there. But the Astros very much took care of the Phillies in game two.
Which, what? Go ahead, PJ. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to say, and he's got to know. Exxon Valdez, no. Franmir Valdez. God, I'm an asshole. Franmir Valdez.
You got it.
Oh, shit. Franmir Valdez has to know that by changing the cleats once and the glove twice and everything, especially given the Astros' history of cheating, someone I was talking with earlier in the week, Will equated them to the Patriots of baseball as it relates to the winning and the cheating and all that, which I think is pretty accurate. He's got to know better, I would think.
Well, and I think he's just OCD. And he's like, I didn't like the way that glove fit on my hand or whatever. You got to think this kid was a walk-on, tryout, random, out of nowhere type deal. Not for nothing, but the kid had, no prospects in baseball, goes to a random tryout. They invite him to the bigger tryout the next day, makes the club. 3 years later, he's in the bigs. And if he had any sort of superstition back then, it's gonna even be more now because it works, right? How do you prove some guy that's superstitious wrong? You make him a little stitious. No, eventually he's got to realize that it's just him. It's not whatever superstition that he has. And right now it's proved that, all of his superstitions have come true because he's done it for years and years and years, and it's only led to good successes for him. Do I think he had Vagisil in his mitt? Maybe. It's possible. The dirt that was on his pants didn't look really orange. It kind of had a pink hue. What are you going to say? But do I think the man's cheating? No. But the fact that I say no, the way I'm saying it, just shows you the fact that it's the Astros, right? If this guy wasn't playing for Houston, do we think the rubbing of the palms and the rubbing of the wrists and the changing gloves twice and changing his cleats out once is just some quirky guy doing something random? Probably. Right. But because he's playing for the Astros, now you got to think about it. And that's the difference. And I just, I hate the fact that was the storyline in game two, but it was the storyline in game two. you can't say no to it. And there was a couple pitches that were like out of nowhere good. And I know that sometimes breaking balls just don't have it, i.e. a Lance McCullers last night that hung 2 breaking balls that were, you know, some would compare them to something that would happen in places that we don't talk about, right? Like, they were literally hung, and they were smashed a long way because of it. And Valdez didn't have that issue. And now he could be pitching just amazing, and that could all be talent. And I really hope that that's the case. But if he is trying to get every last advantage, and I put that in quotes, air quotes, over the airwaves here, that everybody was saying happened in the steroid eras in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and things like that, trying to find every advantage available, that's when I'm like, man, is it really it? You know what I mean?
I mean, can I just point you guys to the game 2? Are you guys aware of the game 2 perfect game?
From 56 with Don Larson?
No. Game 2, perfect game this year by umpire Pat Hoberg. His umpire scorecard was 100% called ball accuracy and 100% called strike accuracy.
Wow.
Overall consistency, 96. Yep, it was a perfect game for an umpire. Umpire scorecards on Twitter. You know, so that's kind of where I would. That's all I really wanted to add to this conversation. But everything you're saying is warranted, and I believe factual. So I really couldn't. I just wanted to add and make sure that we give a shout out to Pat Hoberg, who called the perfect game in the Astros game 2 win.
And because he did. All right, we don't often applaud umpires around here, so it was due.
Well, we will even more when we have the automatic challenge of the balls and strike system.
And that's gonna happen, right? That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's not next year, but I think in 2 years,
it has to happen.
Distinct possibility.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
I'm not gonna hate it because the videos I've seen in the minors with it, I've liked it. The only people that can call, and we talked about this last week, the only people that can call for the challenge, hitters, catchers, pitchers. And apparently the pitchers are the worst. They have the worst percentage of challenges overcalled. And it makes sense. They're the prima donnas of the sport, and they think all their pitches are strikes.
Well, and they're also, but you know, the other part of it too is they are the furthest away from the play.
Right.
True.
But you know, I mean, the fact that you've got guys that just don't know. I mean, and I will say, like, Kyle Schwarber went off on the umpire last night on a slider that came back in, and you know, that outside pitch for an offhand hitter, so i.e. a right-handed pitcher pitching to a left-hander, a left-handed pitcher pitching to a right-hander, they give up on that slider outside early because it's way out there. It's a ball. There's no way it's going to be a strike. Then it comes back and nicks the corner. And Schwarber was giving the umpire the business, courtesy of Ron Cherry, and he wasn't warranted with it. So it's a very, very tough job that they do back behind the dish. And I actually think the challenge system will actually be better for the perception of umpires, because right now the percentage of challenges that are overturned, right? So a challenge and it actually flips the decision is around 1/3, which means, you know, 2/3 of these quote unquote questionable calls, the umpires are right. And I don't know about you, but C's get degrees, and 66% was a D in my schooling, but it feels like you could pass with a D. So I'm going to say we're going to pass with D's.
Well, it depends. I mean,
Nuts.
there are circumstances where you like D's better than C's, but education wise, no. But in other facets of life, yeah, for sure.
D. Elliott.
Well done, Peach. Well done. Yeah, we've got D. Elliott and Peach Pirate joining us here on our color cast as GPS. It sounds like you're getting out of the car, transitioning to your casa. So, we'll catch up with you in just a second when that's all done. I'm just
Do you want to
hang.
discuss? Oh,
Go ahead, PJ.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I had it faded. I had it faded down just to kind of eliminate the noise a little bit. So
Oh, no worries.
go ahead.
I was thinking before we open it up to the people, we could talk about the awards that were announced.
Oh
You
yes,
know, the Gold Gloves.
the gold glove, the glorious gold gloves. Go ahead, take the lead on it, my guy.
All right. I mean, for the National League, we'll start there. Catcher, JT Realmuto. For the Phils, said.
Well deserved.
Said.
Well deserved.
Said. First base, unfortunately not Goldie, but Goldie is probably going to get a different award. Christian Walker from the Diamondbacks. Second base, Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies. Shortstop, Dansby Swanson of the Braves. Third base for the 10th consecutive season. 10th Gold Glove in a row, Nolan Arenado. He joins, he ties Philly legend and Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt for the second most Gold Glove award by a third baseman in Major League history, trailing only Brooks Robinson. Shout out Nolan. Left field, Ian Happ of the Cubbies. Center field, Trent Grisham of the Padres. Mookie Betts, right field of the Dodgers, his first in the National League. Pitcher, Max Fried. And for the first time for both leagues, the utility player was added, and it goes to Brendan Donovan of the Cardinals.
All right.
Rookie Brendan Donovan. In the AL, we have Jose Trevino of the Yankees gets the Gold Glove there, joining Thurman Munson and Elson Howard as the third player in Yankee history to win a Gold Glove at the catcher position. So there you go. First base, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Second base, Andres Jimenez of the Guardians. Jeremy Pena of the Astros. Third base, Ramon Urias.
Urias.
Thank you.
Yep.
Left field, Stephen Kwan, Guardians. Center field, Miles Straw, Guardians. Jeez, the Guardians went nuts like the Cardinals did last year. Right field, Kyle Tucker. And pitcher, Shane Bieber. And then utility, the first ever in the AL, DJ LeMahieu of the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they added the utility player. Because
I agree.
Frankly, utility players are the little engines that do of a baseball team, if you will. And I mean, you look at Cleveland, and you look at all the Gold Gloves that they got. The Cardinals, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The defense was such a big part of why they had the success they did this year.
Yep.
And I mean, I think in baseball do not put enough emphasis on defense. You look at the quality of defensive play over the past, 15, 20 years. It's not what it used to be.
Absolute up.
Now, Nolan Arenado, he decided to opt in over the weekend. I want to give you some time, my guy.
Oh, no.
Go.
You want me to do this right now?
Go. Yeah. Perfect
Oh, my
segue.
God.
I teed you up. Go.
Well, I just want the people, anybody who's listening right now, there's a very important stat I want everybody to get ready to hear. It's a big stat that you probably haven't heard, but maybe you have. Big time stat. Right. Ready?
Yeah.
Nolan Arenado is a St. Louis Cardinal. That is the stat. That is what you need to know. Nolan Arenado is a St. Louis Cardinal, and he will be for years to come till his year 37. It's a discount, and all I need. I can't. It's so hard for me to talk about because I'm so blown away by it. That Nolan Arenado is a St. Louis Cardinal, and Paul Goldschmidt, who is going to win the MVP, is also a St. Louis Cardinal, and Arenado has this deal, opted in. That's a team-friendly deal, and all that matters is that the Cardinals are about to spend more money, and your boy right here, I'm not going to say much more, but I just want to reiterate the Blaze, the stat that the stat that matters the most is that Nolan Arenado is a St. Louis Cardinal.
Well, and hey, you've got a window now. That's for sure.
Window schmindo.
Yeah. Wait, I'm a little confused why it has the Sports GPS as a listener. Did we?
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah. So I got you, my guy. I can bring him back up. So.
Oh, you got him.
Yep. Oh, you got him. Or you want me to do it? Because I can do it.
You do it. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay, no worries. So while we're getting CJ High from the Sports GPS back on the line here, what do you think in terms of the future of the Cardinals? What does the window look like?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
What does the window look like? The future? It looks like the Cardinals adding a shortstop with the money that they got from the Pujols and Yachty farewell, with Waino coming back for another year. It's add a shortstop. It's add a pitcher. It's add a catcher. So Wilson Contreras, you're going to be a Cardinal. Thank you very much. And that's it. And then you go from there. And I might be. It's tough, like to say, because you know what's funny, Blaze. Each team, each fan of each team goes into each offseason with a different mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going into this as a diehard Cardinal fan. Did it stink that we lost? Of course it did. But the season was so great, and the future is bright, especially with Arenado opting in and management saying that they're going to spend more money. I have no reason to be upset. So I go into this very happy and optimistic. Whereas there are fans of other teams, I'm not saying you specifically, but that you don't know what is going to happen, and you have different feelings about the future of your team going into this winter. So,
well, I mean, but you're right though. I mean, you teed me up, and I said this on my I said this on my Sunday special, but because I wasn't able to make it into a bonus pod.
No, go ahead.
I'll just do this really quick. And GPS, glad you're back on.
Got you. Yeah, sorry, I got bumped for a reason. I don't know what happened.
No worries, man. Good to have you back up here. I mean, Brian Cashman does not deserve to rebuild this team. He doesn't have a deal Thanks for everything, but it's time to move on. I mean, the guy has been our general manager for damn near 25 years. And I think, there becomes a point, and you see it in sports all the time, where someone can just get stale in a job. Hell, even in a regular career, people can get stale in a job. And I think that's what's happened with Brian Cashman, that there has just always been this security that has yielded complacency. And if you're gonna move on from Brian Cashman, what I think the Yankees could do, and I would say it's the right thing to do, elevate him to like a baseball operations person, because he certainly knows the game. I would hate to see him go to another organization. I just don't want him as our general manager making the day-to-day roster decisions. And, well, move on from Aaron Boone as well, because he had an opportunity to change up the lineups in the Astros series and did not. He trotted Josh Donaldson out there, who looked as blind as me in the friggin' batter's box. I mean, what the hell? Come on. There's just a lot of stench from losing right now, clouding the Yankees, and rightfully so. And hey, obviously the other question that is just as important is, are they going to sign Aaron Judge? And they need to. And next week, boys, I'm going to tell you what I would say the Yankees should sign Aaron Judge to. I teased this a few weeks ago. I have not revealed it. And I'm not revealing it until the World Series is over. So you're not going to want to miss my fantasy offer that the Yankees should give to Aaron Judge. Now that we've got GPS back, what say you?
Go ahead. I mean, as far as my Phillies, I think, I can't wait for the end of the season, obviously, because I'm really hoping that it ends with a trophy in hand. But I'm just looking at the Phillies free agents that are coming up this upcoming year, and I'm not seeing any major pieces that can't be replaced. Gene Segura is the one piece that you're just like, okay, but he's on a club option, right?
Yep.
A very expensive club option, by the way. Aaron Nola, same deal. Corey Knebel, it's a mutual option, I think, for Corey Knebel this upcoming year, or I think he's wanting to come back on a team-friendly deal because he wants to prove it after the injury this year. Zach Eflin's on a mutual option. David Robinson, who we just got at the deadline, is a free agent. Noah Syndergaard. Like I'm naming off names that aren't core guys as far as hitters. And this team has been dominated by the hitting this entire postseason. It's Bryce Harper, who's going to be in Philadelphia for the rest of his career. Nick Castellanos on a deal. Schwarber on a deal. Hoskins is last year of arbitration, and then I think we're going to end up giving him a pretty decent deal. Bryson Stott, rookie, who come in and played extremely well. Same with Bohm. They're both on rookie deals. Brandon Marsh, who we just traded for, who shored up the outfield defense for this team down the stretch. There's another one that we've got on a very team friendly deal, and I think we can hand out money to guys. I think we need a couple back end rotation pieces. Maybe a Noah Syndergaard next year. Maybe we sign him for dirt cheap. Maybe we sign him for like 12, 13 million. His market value is right now estimated at 15 million. I think that's high.
No way.
I think Spotrac is a little nuts with their market value AAV for him. But the Phillies got money to spend. John Middleton sat there and said, we're going to spend money, and sometimes it's going to be stupid money. And he has. But he spent it on two corner outfielders, one who led the NL in home runs this year and prevented Paul Goldschmidt from winning the Triple Crown. And another one who's made three really, really good defensive plays in right, even though he's a defensive liability in right field this postseason. All have been sliding grabs to either save a game or keep a game tied.
You can't really I don't see the Phillies in a bad spot next year. I think they do the same thing they did this year. I think they're competing for that division.
Yeah.
I think Rob Thompson being the manager of this club is a lot different than Joe Girardi being manager of this club. I mean, this club was 6 games under 500 with Joe Girardi at the helm, and then Rob Thompson the rest of the way in put them at 87 wins. So that was 10 to 12 games over. So you go from 600 to 12 games over.
That's an 18-game swing.
Right.
Yeah.
So just looking at that, now let's call this team a 93, 94, 95 win team in a more competitive division next year, as the Marlins are going to do a little bit more damage. I think the Nationals are going to be better next year than they were this year because they were just purely tanking
They
this
couldn't
year.
be worse.
Right. I mean, honestly, they can't be. They rivaled the Pirates when I was in Pittsburgh. So, let's not lie to ourselves to sit there and state that this NL East, who, if the Phillies win, will be 3 of the last 4 World Series champions inside this division. I want to just sit there and throw this out that, this division and this team can compete and is built to compete and replace some pieces for the next foreseeable future. I think out of the 3 of our teams, right, the Yankees, the Cardinals, and the Phillies have the best outlook going forward. And that's not to sit there and state that the Cardinals don't have a great one. The Yankees, if you get rid of Cashman, maybe you have a better one. But I just think they're going to spend way too much on Judge if they want to re-sign him, because Judge is going to demand the world and he's going to get the world. And that's the thing.
Well, I mean, the other. You know what, PJ? Go ahead, and then then I'm going to make a final point on that, and then guys, we can open this up.
I was just going to defend my Cardinals with what I had said before. It appears with Arenado opting in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it was a disappointing year. Phillies swamped the Cardinals, but as Arenado opting in to play there for the next, winning his 10th Gold Glove, he's going to be, and it seems like it came down to the fact that the Cardinals are willing to spend money. So we'll have to see when it comes to the who's built better. But at the same time, I want to just again reiterate before we move on and open up the callers that I said that this Phillies team going into the season was on paper probably one of the most talented teams that there has ever been to start a season. And here they are. So,
right.
Yeah,
let's go up 2-1. We got a game tonight, and the Cardinals will be there. I mean that's kind of like the fun thing that we can do here is as I am sad about my Cardinals, at the same time I can say, you know what, we're coming for you. We're coming for you.
Right.
Said.
Yeah, I mean GPS. Obviously, with the Phillies being up 2-1, how confident are you feeling right now?
Ooh, good question.
So I want to get through Thursday, and the reason why I say
that's
that
kind
is
of a
because,
cop out right now. No, I'm asking right now.
Right now. No, well, so here's I'm giving you my emotions as of right now. I've got Aaron Nola, who pitches extremely well at home, on the bump tonight.
Yep.
With the same lineup as last night, with a pitcher who's not going to tip his pitches. And if you haven't seen the difference between the curveball or the breaking ball and his slider leg or in his fastball sinker leg position, it's outrageous.
Oh yeah.
It's unreal. Now I was bowling last night, so I really couldn't see it on this, miniature screen that I'm looking at watching this game. But as soon as, somebody on Twitter literally overlaid both of them in perfect sequence, and it's like, oh my God.
Yep.
How, it's insane, the difference. And now I have seen high schoolers tip pitches that bad. I've seen college kids almost tip pitches that bad. I have never in my life seen a professional tip it that bad. So, am I worried that, that the Phillies have gotten the worst pitcher, and they got to him big time. First pitcher to ever give up 5 homers in the same game in the World Series. Am I worried that they're going to face a better pitcher tonight in Javier? Am I worried that JV is going to be on the hill, even though he's terrible in the World Series? Could he find himself in Philly with this raucous crowd? It's possible. But do I feel like the Phillies could win it in 5? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the pitching advantage for sure in Game 4. I don't know about Game 5 so much, but we'll see. And then, I mean, my point on the Yankees, and then we'll open this up. D. Elliott, yep. You're on deck here because you hopped in the cast first, so we'll give you first dibs. The thing is, the Yankees do need to re-sign Aaron Judge, and by doing so, incentivize the captain, because Aaron Judge has earned and deserved that. Nestor Cortez brilliantly said it in his media session a couple of days before the Yankees season ended in non-competitive fashion. They no doubt get the cumulative performance of the swinging blindly year. There is no debate about that. So, with that being said, let's hear from you on Colorcast.
Can I just add to that really quick, please?
Yep. While I'm punching up D. Elliott, go right ahead.
Punches up.
My father said the same thing, that if they need to dish out a C. The captain needs to be set out, whether it's Judge or whoever it is. That's something that needs to happen, and I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Absolutely here. So on the hot seat is D. Elliott, and I've punched him up, so we'll just wait for the audio connect, and while
while he connects, I do want to say, D. Elliott, your math is a little wrong. 87 and 75 is 12 games over 500.
Well done. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing, gentlemen?
How are we doing?
A 12-game swing is still impressive, but yeah, 87 is 6 over 500.
No, it's 12. 87 over 75.
No, you do. No, you do. You just count the win. No.
No.
87, 75 is 12.
Yeah, that's 12. I'm doing the math as well, and
I know what you mean. If 6 wins became 6 losses, it would be 500. I understand where you're coming from, but 87 subtract 75 is 12. Technically, 12 games over 500.
It is. There's no technically. It is 12. But hey, but you know what? When you're a Cubs fan and it feels the last time you saw 500 was the last time I saw, which was a long time ago. I get it.
Oh, that's hurtful.
D. Elliott, I'm sorry. That was.
You're right, CJ. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I'm here for everybody.
However, okay. Well, then one other thing, gentlemen, before the show, Kia and Hyundai are South Korean companies.
Oh,
they're not Japanese.
Lord, you're right.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm not this one, you're right. This.
That was.
All right.
Oh my God.
So if we're keeping score, GPS and D. Elliott are tied at 1.
Well,
so you're hearing a little bit of a twist on a World Series playing out right now.
Well, unlike my Cubs, I am at 500. They can only hope to be there.
That is
that's good.
That was good. Well done. Well played.
Yeah. So, CJ, thanks for having me on. I jumped on the Sports GPS show earlier in the week. Thanks for having me on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a lot of fun.
Hey, Elliot, you were always welcome.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. And I realize that my joke may have come out, below the belt, but I meant it.
Oh no, it's all good. Well, then I'm gonna sit on this little. gentlemen, you have buried the lead. You are missing the most significant event that occurred on November
Oh.
2nd.
Oh.
It was
what's that?
It was November 3rd in Cleveland, but it was still November 2nd in Chicago when 17 minutes of rain ended a 108-year drought
Yeah,
and the Cubs won the World
that's
Series.
true. Yeah.
It was November 3rd in Cleveland, but it was November 2nd in Chicago, 2016.
Yeah, where
It was
was it now?
12:30 or so a.m.
Yep. Now,
I think 12:20.
what? Now, where you were? Was it 1:30 or 12:30?
It was 12:30.
Are you talking about when the Cubs won the World Series?
And the
Yeah,
Cubs won the World
yeah.
Series. Yeah, it was
Oh
after
my
midnight on the
Yep, it
East
was
Coast,
after
but in
midnight
the
Eastern
Central,
time.
You go. This is.
it
It's
was
the most
12:30
significant
Eastern.
event about November 2nd. Come
And it was
on, DJ.
11:30.
Gosh.
So I will say, no, that is a
This is
relatively
ridiculous.
significant event. And here's the reason why it's a significant event. Because nothing else good has ever happened on November 2nd.
Yeah, I
guess.
mean-
well, it's All Saints Day.
No, that's the first, and November 2nd is the Day of the Dead. So how fitting that the Cubs ended their curse on the Day of the freaking dead.
Dead.
All right.
Oh no, All Saints Day. All Saints Day is the first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is
Oh.
this really the day that the Cubs won the World Series?
Yeah,
Yeah, today.
November.
Today
Yeah.
/ tonight. It
Oh,
depends on where you
no,
were at.
That is
Now,
that
if we were
is
in South
awful.
Korea, it would
That is
definitely
awful.
be midday
Yeah.
of November 3rd.
Thanks,
That
CJ.
is awful. This is awful. This is
Or-
I can't believe I've been reminded of this wretched day.
Listen, here's the thing:
Wretched.
you're not gonna worry about it because the Phillies are gonna win
I'm thinking
tonight
about
and
it
take
now.
a 3-1 lead with Thor. Thor is
Yeah.
starting Game 5, people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
advantage Verlander there. No
I'm
doubt
with
about
I'm
it.
with it. Yeah, I'm with it.
Oh, not in the World
Jeez.
Series. Verlander has the worst starting
I know.
ERA of any pitcher
Yeah.
to pitch more than 30 innings in a World Series.
Yeah, but if
It's
there's
over
any,
6.
but if there's anyone who could find it, I would trust Verlander more than Noah Syndergaard. And the other thing I'll say too, in Japan where they were driving around all their Kias and Hondas, it was November 3rd.
It was definitely November 3rd. I will say this, too. I want to say this as well. There was a post that went out for the Philly, the reason why the Phillies would win and in how many games. In 2010, the Flyers made the Stanley Cup 13 years after the previous time the Flyers had made the Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
97 to 2010.
Yeah.
The Eagles made the Super Bowl in 2004, also went back in 2017. The Phillies' last World Series appearance was 2009, and then this year, so that's 13 plus 13 plus 13. Justin Verlander is 39 years old. He is married to Kate Upton. Kate Upton has massive knockers. If you do the other version of knockers, which is boobs, that turns into 5 letters, which means Phillies in 5. So Phillies could sweep it home and make that happen.
Well played. Delia, just outside of a minute, what's your World Series prediction for now we've got 50 seconds. Give us
No. I said this on Monday on CJ's cast. I had Phillies in 6.
Did you really?
Well,
So
yep.
D. Elliott came on here just to mess with me. Is what I think we need to make a deal. Gathering. You came on just to remind me that the Cubs won the World Series. What a thing. What a thing.
I got to come on here so you guys can teach me math, and then I'll teach you guys geography.
Yeah.
Leave my shit out of this. Because when he said Japanese car, I said Toyota.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He led you down the wrong path.
He said Kia for I guess that's fair. That's all.
Good thing I didn't rely on him to move my fiance's Kia. Be well, D. Elliott. Good to see you.
Yeah, that's all fair. I concede.
All is fair in love and Kate Upton.
That was incredible. Yeah, that was incredible. GPS.
Thank you.
That was the Hangover when what's his name? Alan.
Yeah.
when he sees all the things like
Yeah, all the numbers and all of it randomly
that's
thrown
exactly
around.
what that was
I
you
mean,
right there.
Justin Verlander is from a town that is almost a stone's throw away from mine. Grew up in Mannequin Sabot, Virginia.
Well,
and,
how friggin' ironic, Mannequin, and he's with Kate Upton. Peach Pirate up next here on Swinging.
Yeah, let's go.
Speaking of big things that are round and peaches, I tried to segue that as best I could.
I apologize. I got triggered once we were talking about the Cubs winning the World Series.
It's fine.
You're fine. Yeah, thank you.
All good.
You're allowed to be triggered.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's see here. I thought I punched up Peach Pirate.
You might have. As long as you don't punch a Peach Pirate, that would just be right.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
No, I would never do that. I'm not really one to
the Peach Pirate
flail blindly, if you will. With
okay,
with
so
a closed fist.
swinging blindly with a bat.
Yeah.
I get it. Understandable.
Did he put something in the chat that I'm not able to?
No,
there he is.
Oh,
I'm not seeing. It's the Pirate of
we
Peach.
got him.
There he is.
There we got him.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Appreciate you joining me on Sunday. I'm sorry no one else was able to hear it, but nonetheless, I appreciate you hopping on with me.
No worries. We had a good conversation. I know you always are looking for, better co-hosts. So, anytime. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. I was listening to you guys. Got to credit the Phillies right now. I did say they were going to get wiped. They haven't exactly been getting wiped, but, yesterday everybody noticed, people started catching on to how this guy threw the ball. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe the Philly fans.
I still like this series in the Astros' favor. I gotta say, I know you're a Phillies fan at Sports GPS and you don't want to hear it, but I just like the way their team's built from top to bottom.
I mean, maybe Philly fans should give me credit because I said that the Cardinals were going to sweep them, and that just kind of has maybe they rallied around that.
That could have been the start of the battle cry right there. You never know.
I think the start is when Colum Scott, that's the word. When they found that song "Dancing on My Own," and that has just been a battle cry for this Phillies team in the city of Philadelphia. It literally in a home game at Citizens Bank Park, when the Phillies win, usually the first thing that gets played is "High Hopes." When Harry Callis sang it at one of the last receptions that happened. They are legitimately playing Callum Scott's "Dancing on My Own" before they play "High Hopes" right now.
and having been to Citizens Bank Park where they play that, that's such a cool thing to hear.
It's phenomenal.
And obviously, I'm a Yankee fan. It's so I was singing along to it because shit, why not?
No, but I totally dig that because you know how the Yankees got the New York, and they're iconic. Obviously nobody has it anymore, but they used to have the Enter Sandman for Mariano and stuff. So I get it, and credit to the Phillies. They weren't like the Mets who fell flat on their face after they started their stuff. So.
You're damn right. And now everyone's using the trumpet song, which, that should be for Edwin Diaz and Edwin Diaz only. I do believe that, but, because Enter Sandman was only for Mo.
Right.
But now, you've got, you had the Braves, of course, leave it to the Braves to, steal someone else's song.
Right.
I'm surprised it wasn't the Astros, to be honest with you. But
because it wasn't a sign.
There's actually a billboard in Philly that said I had a great sign, but the Astros stole it.
Very nice.
Pete,
Very nice.
Peachy Pirate, what would be your prediction? I mean, it's 2-1 right now. What's your? I don't know if you're.
So I've just been saying it, and
Yeah.
I've been saying it earlier in the year. Even when the Yankees were on their tear, and I kept saying, just the way the Astros team is built from top to bottom, I don't see a team that's better. I'm not saying that the Phillies can't beat them. They're hot right now, and you can't take nothing away from a team that catches fire at the right time. But
True.
if I were to say, best out of 7, then my guess is still with the Astros.
Really? Even at 2-1?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a man of your convictions there, Pete.
I am. I believe in them. I do.
Wow.
Yeah, and listen, I can't fault him, to be clear. I mean, so the stats are right now that a team that wins Game 3 in a 1-1 split is 69% of the time going to win the series. If you then overlay that team that won Game 3 is at home when they win Game 3 and have 2 more home games, the stats actually go to 76% of the time they win the series. However, I will admit, at the beginning of this series, I said Astros in 6, and I might be reverse jujuing my Phillies because that's what Parker and I do. We say one thing, and then the exact opposite tends to happen. So I might be trying to reverse juju my Phillies.
Well, I don't do that, especially
if Astros win.
When I go as far as like if I put a bet down on it, or even like the Report app, they got their little thing going where you can guess the the predictions of the series. Yeah. So I had the Astros to win it, and I can't put that negativity in the airways. You know what I mean? I gotta believe it.
Completely understand.
So you think that the Astros are going to be able to win? Let's just say this series goes 7 games, 3 of the next 5, and you're gonna have to deal with Aaron Nola, and you're gonna have to deal with Zach Wheeler one more time, and hell, maybe even Ranger Suarez, who looked pretty damn good last night.
He did.
Their pitching's good, don't get me wrong, but if they start getting to them,
15.
Second time around they face them, maybe they picked up some things they didn't the first. You never know. They're a good hitting team.
Yeah, good point. Hey, good to have you on, Peach Pirate. Thanks a million. We'll catch up with you. You bet.
Peach Pirate's the man.
Absolutely. And the hot seat is about to icicle under his ass, and there he goes. Icicle under his ass. That's what
that was well done. That was weird. I mean, you could have hit him with Snow Miser.
Yeah,
he went from the Heat Miser to the Snow Miser. We are getting close to that season.
I don't want to think about that, because I'm
Mr. Icicle.
I'm Mr. Icicle.
I'm Mr. Snow. Ba-da-ba-da.
Oh, well, my balls are numb and tingling.
Yikes.
Hey, join us on Friday, December 23rd for the Swinging Blindly Barbershop Christmas Trio.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Nothing better than an icy taint.
I'm sorry?
Whoa.
Nothing better than an icy taint.
Icy.
Ooh,
see, I prefer when you get the good old...
Says the Peach Pirate.
Says the Peach Pirate, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He does say that. I would rather have a non-icy one. I would prefer, I'm not even going to go there. We're gonna lay that one to rest.
A little snow rub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I prefer ice on sore muscles, not usually the nether.
Let's go, Phils.
I'm
fighting.
Let's go the fighting said.
Fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting
said. So, final prediction, boys, because the next time we are on we're together, barring some weird weather stuff. How do you think the rest of the series is going to play out? Let's do 30 seconds each here. GPS, as the resident Phillies fan, with your team up 2-1, we'll go to you first.
I really hope that this ends in 5 and the trophy gets presented in Philly. But I would not be shocked if the thing goes back to Houston. My final prediction is actually Houston in 7, as I'm trying to slightly reverse juju my Phillies in a $140 win on my futures bet.
Beach.
Love that. Astros in 6.
You're sticking to Astros in 6. How come?
Yep. I just
Sweep
I
out
don't
from here.
the money is on the Phillies right now, so smart money says to bet against them. So I'm going against them in 4 straight games. Astros figured out Verlander isn't gonna have. He's being touted as the worst World Series pitcher of all time. He's gonna come out his next start and kill it. And yeah, Astros in 6. They won 4 straight.
All right. Well, I mean, I initially had Astros.
3 straight. Sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah, that'd be 6. Yep. I initially had the Astros in 6. I cannot stick with that prediction because, well, hey, the times they are changing, the winds have blown a different way. I think the Phillies end up taking this thing in 7 because they've already proven one thing, and they checked a very important box. That is winning in Houston, which is something, well, hey, no one else is able to do in the postseason. Then again, the Phillies significantly better teams than both the Seattle Mariners and certainly the New York Yankees. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, boys.
Love it.
So
I love it.
Yeah, we'll all be back together next Wednesday the 9th, right here at Colorcast, 6:30 Eastern, and available wherever you get your podcasts. It'll be up there tomorrow, right around noon, and next Thursday. So we're coming down to the wire here, boys, and it's going to be really interesting. The three of us will be talking throughout the week, as we always do, and hey. Facebook.com/Swinging Blindly Podcast, on Twitter at Swinging Blindly, and wherever you get your podcasts, and GPS. I don't want to leave here without you having the opportunity to plug your awesome show.
Absolutely, thank you so much. We do Thursday night recordings, myself and Parker White, for the Sports GPS podcast. Wherever you find your podcast, find us on socials at the Sports GPS. Let us know what you think of our show, and frankly, what do you think with me with the Swinging Blindly podcast? Let me know there as well. You can also check us out on Colorcast. We do a supplemental show there called Sports in the Rearview Mirror, presented by the Sports GPS. I thought you would like that little name there, Blaze.
I love it.
6:30s on Mondays. We do the last 7 days in sports as we talk in the rearview mirror to get you right on the road to greatness.
And PJ, don't you have another pod that you have going on right now too?
Yeah, I mean, it's a college football podcast, a college FB pod. Yeah, Joe Espel and Peach. It's we talk college football. Yeah, thank you, Blaze.
Absolutely. Hey, we all need to be plugging each other's stuff here, and you can catch me local radio here in the Albany, New York area. I do some work, and I'm going to be revamping my Blazing Access podcast about disability rights issues here pretty soon. So looking forward to all that, boys. Great job, great stuff as always, and we'll be back in these same seats, swinging blindly next week, and we are never afraid to swing for the fences. Why, boys?
Because we don't give a crap.
Shit.
What? Oh, wow! You went. Whoa! Thanks.
Yeah, and that's that.
Good night, Chicago.
Good night, New York, and good night.
Good night, Richmond, Virginia. I guess that's where, we're doing that. Well, you're doing Chicago, so good night, Houston. Yes. Let's pray on that.
There you go.
And hello, Philly.
That's right.